Hello from Liberal Ireland, Paulie with you, Wednesday afternoon, and just want to say hello and welcome to the Chemtrail Show Wednesday, where what we do is we look up at the sky and we try and piece it all together and show the human beings what we can see. And for all the other nut jobs that are watching this video today, we all sit in the same fence in the nut house and ask the same question: what is it? And what does it do to you? Yeah, and does it create the weather systems and the seasons that we're all meant to believe in as we grow up as kids? That there's 4 seasons in the year. Well, being honest with you, I think we're still in summer today, by the looks of it, once the sun comes out. So they're heavily spraying this morning, and I decided that I'm going to do another video about all these chemtrails that they're spraying, because as you start piecing it all together, on the days where they start chemtrailing the sky, okay, don't mind the scientists and the assholes that work for the governments that tell you you're away with the fairies. The stuff comes out the back of the plane, not water vapour or anything like that. They use actually fuel actually to get that big plane up into the air. I know it's a shock, yeah, but my car that I have, I actually had to put fuel into that as well. And all the people that suffer from cancer in the cities, yeah, is normally from all the toxins that come out the back of the lorries, the buses, the cars and everything else that drive around the cities, okay? Hence, that's why most people that live out in the countryside live longer, because they're not breathing in the amount of shit that's out being sprayed. Plus, by the way, you can't explain about the stuff over your head that's being sprayed out the plane, so nobody says nothing about it. Okay, another earthquake. Russia again, popping up again. And I told people last week as well all about the volcano in just off the coast of Russia. Sorry, I had to put the kettle on, get a cup of coffee. It's called an addiction, actually, coffee addiction. So strung out is probably the words we use in Ireland for someone that's really addicted to something. So strung out is probably what I am on coffee. And that's what keeps me going, because I don't drink that bull stuff that gives you wings, okay, because it's full of bull. In the meantime, this is what I'm trying to explain to people, where they're putting these machines onto the wings of the planes and they're spraying over fields, they're spraying over animals, they're spraying it over everybody, okay? Pesticides is called, yeah. And I know you probably didn't really do much about that in school, including myself. But when you educate yourself day in, day out, and go into Google and stick it in, pesticides, boys and girls, pesticides, go in and see what they're spraying and see what they caused, yeah. And then if you know somebody with an autistic child, yeah, and that word autistic pops up more times than ever before, nobody can tell you why. But it's not too hard when you sort of go in and read all the science reports from all the science people that know exactly what they're talking about. So more earthquakes, but nobody says nothing about them. Anyway, they're not too bad at the moment until the next big one. Okay, thanks to Liz, thanks to all the subscribers for sending over the videos again, and much appreciated, as I always tell people. And shame on YT actually and the moderator, because, as I said, I've sent over the information yesterday now to those conspiracy guys, as I said I would, and I'm just waiting now for them to come back to me. That's great, because now I want to sit down with people that are on the same planet as myself, that actually run a business and make money from it. And if I can connect in with them, I'm not looking to make no money, I'm just looking for answers. And I want to know why the assholes over there in Silicon Valley are trying to shut me up. And all you have to do is go in and watch the 3 videos last week with the lowest numbers. And sometimes the lowest number videos are the best videos I've ever done in all the years I'm doing the videos here, okay? Sick to see that they've taken half the videos that I've had up on YT's platform. They've taken them down. And now it only goes back to July of last year. So if anyone can explain to me why they do that, okay, because I'm looking at other people's channels where all the videos that they've ever done is there. For some reason, there's hundreds of videos that have been taken down, and nobody said nothing about it. So YT, shame on you for running a backward company, being honest with you. And as I said, the more people that get to listen to people like myself, okay, the more people that get to come out and speak about stuff that you can't explain, Okay, strange skies, strange sunsets. The sunsets are madder than I've ever seen before going down, when the sun is going down at the moment. I've never seen anything like it. And the way the sun is shifting from one part of the sky to the other, like last night when I was going down, it went down in the southwest. Okay, not in the west, in the southwest last night. And it's easy where you live. If you live in a house for so many years, you can see the location of the sun setting. Okay, just watch at the moment the big shifts in it each month. Okay, and then ask yourself, okay, ask yourself about the weather systems that we're seeing at the moment. And ask yourselves, is everything a conspiracy about chemtrails? Ask yourself, watch the weather systems, the way they change. Now remember, you're not going to see the big chemtrail system every day. You'll only see it certain times. So if there was something flying past the earth, how do you block it out? How do we hide it? How do we hide it from the human beings that we don't want them to see it? We'll spray the sky. It's a simple idea. Yeah, that's great. Okay. But little old human being gets scared. A lot of people get scared too easy, okay, and they wouldn't be able to accept that information. Okay, if something was, a planet was coming close, or anything was to fly past that you can't answer, everybody would be shocked. That's why if an armada of UFOs came down to Earth and everybody pointed, there would be pandemonium because people wouldn't know what to do. Okay, they wouldn't know what to do. Everybody be cracking up, screaming, running left, right and centre. It'd be a little bit like someone telling you there's a tsunami going to hit your country in the next 20 minutes. Run. Okay, that's what it's like. So if we didn't have people doing the videos like this and trying to explain to other people that are like me, that are not professors, okay, that if you study something long enough, okay, if you watch the videos, if you watch the photographs, if you read into certain things and you join up the dots, okay, as I said, when I'm sitting with me smart device, that's what I do, right? I don't do FB. Okay, because I told you the information be robbed, and I was right. Okay, I was right on certain things that I put into videos. Okay, that's what I will say. I wasn't right about everything, but I've been right about a couple of things. And as I said, piecing it together, you know, you can become some sort of a psychic. That's how you feel sometimes, and you want to see how it plays out. Okay, as I said, when they start speaking about Planet X, all of a sudden everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Somebody put it up that we were all going to be wiped out, and then all of a sudden it picked up speed, and all the all the newspapers then start writing about it, and everything then fell into place then that a certain date was going to be mentioned, and every so often a conspiracy guy comes out and says, oh, by the way, on the 19th of February 2027 we're going to be hit by an asteroid. Right, okay, so that's it. So that starts it, and then someone says something after that, and then this goes on for years, and then come closer to the time, there's a big publicity thing about it because years ago this guy came out and gave a date. Okay, that's classed as a proper conspiracy. Okay, now we can all make up things, but the point of the matter is, when you go in, I try and put the little conspiracies together about the rocket in Russia. Okay, all these little things that you can see on the television, that's on the news every day. This is not making up a date of something that's going to happen. Okay, this is showing you what's happening in the world at the moment. Okay, showing you about the chemtrails, showing you about this Emirates flight, yeah? Okay, there, so I mentioned it. Okay, that's spraying all over the cities. That's coming from some little Mickey Mouse airport, yeah? Over in the Netherlands somewhere. And it takes off from there, heads across London, goes up over the main cities in the UK, flies over Dublin as usual, okay, and then comes all the way in at this angle, Montreal, over all the cities, and I guarantee you, once it hits the top corner, right corner of Canada, the machines start coming on again once they get back over the cities. But sure, what would I know? What we need to do is have people over in Canada watching that flight, while we're watching it in Ireland, while we're watching it in London. Have people, spotters, plane spotters, exactly. Right, the spot, chemtrail spotters. That's what we need to follow the one flight, to do some sort of a project where we can watch the flight take off. We have people in different countries that can follow it and see exactly where they switch on their machines and when they switch them off again. Okay, and watch as all the cheming falls into the cloud and then it starts raining. Yeah, and then you drink it. Okay, it doesn't take a genius to work it out. That's why I do the videos, everybody, to show people about the red clouds that we see just before sunset. You would have never seen anything like this before, okay? Years ago, you were told a red sky at night or something like that, okay? I never, ever heard my grandmother or my great-grandmother or anybody speaking about the red clouds at night. No, nothing like that, okay? There's the plane that sprayed right down the middle of Dublin, okay? Right through the centre of the city. And remember, it was flying to America, okay? Okay, so for Mr. Air Traffic Control Muppet, yeah, that tells me that it's just burning off fuel before it comes into land. There's the little red plane there, and that's where it was heading to. That's where it was heading to. Would you burn off fuel just before you hit the Atlantic Ocean if you were flying a plane? Because I think you need all that fuel to get across the Atlantic. No? So if they burn off fuel, that's another way of saying they're cheming the sky. So we're just burning off fuel now. That's probably the code that the pilots use. Okay, when they say they're burning off fuel, they're switching on the machine. Okay? I'm sure they all have codes. I'm not a pilot. I'm sure there's probably pilots out there that watch YT. There has to be one that watches it. Okay? And let me just say to you one thing. There's codes in every business. Okay? Codes in every business. But these planes that are flying over to these airports in the middle of nowhere, cargo planes, okay? And it's interesting to fly into your smart device, switch on flight radar, and just have a look to see, is the big white line that's being sprayed in the sky a passenger airplane? Or is it a cargo plane? Right? And then ask the question, how come you don't see the white lines then coming out of the passenger planes? You will see them, of course you'll see them, but you'll see them more coming out of cargo planes because Paulie records it, Paulie observes it, and I'm sure the people around the world that observe it can see the same thing as well. Remember, we need to group together. We need to show people exactly, okay, what we can see, okay? And remember, nanoparticles get into your bloodstream, they get into everything, okay? And it's like, you get a cough first, then it gets worse, then it gets worse, then something else happens. Then, okay, it all started once upon a time somewhere, okay? But human beings are not educated in where they got the flu from, okay? You just got it, and then you lie in bed, coughing, asking the question, I wonder where I got the cough. Yeah, but then everyone else has it. Where did they get it from? So, last Sunday, I had to put this in. There's your contrail. Oh, no. Oh, sorry, it's a contrail. It's contrail. Yes. And that spreads out into a big cloud. And there's a little piece of rainbow again. That's our little regular thing now that people like myself on the motorway, on the highway, driving all the time. People like me that drive for a living, that see this in the sky, just becomes part of the norm. Now when you point up at the sky and go, oh, look at the little piece of rainbow there. Isn't that strange? Oh, no, that's there all the time. That's always there, is it? It's always there, yeah. So, reflections that we see in the sky, okay? This massive sun, 1 minute, that's there. It's freezing cold the next minute. The sun is so powerful, you have to ask the question, you know, is there some sort of a system in front of it, like a lens thing that they can switch on and switch off, that they can just cool things down when they want it. But as I said, I leave it at that. Pleasure. Until tomorrow, all the best.